Tennis as an individual sport creates extreme highs and lows for players. Alone on the court, the fine margins become ever tighter and every decision amplified. But don't forget the team behind the player. Every coach has tactically analysed and astutely critiqued their player's opponent on the court. The relationship between coach and player is pivotal.
The most important thing is to actually see what your player is seeing and understand that.
They have to have a great sense of a player's needs throughout difficult moments.
When he talks, that means it's important. He knows that everything comes from the practice court.
There is some human connection between a coach and a player, then everything else falls in place.
The coach-player partnership is the most crucial in the game. Find the right dynamic and success can flourish. In the search for that perfect foil and hoping to find it in Richard Krajicek is Milos Raonic.
With Krajicek and Raonic, it's almost a physiological affinity. Look, you look just like me. You've got the big body that might break down, you've got the great serve, and maybe Krajicek can give him some insights. It's very important for a young athlete in his teens, early 20s, to be around someone who's actually been there. It's about experience. It's not necessarily about knowledge, it's about experience.
I think there's two factors that are really key. It's experience being one of them, and also the understanding of how to communicate with the player.
Maybe what I learned is that there's a time and place for everything. Sometimes you don't say maybe everything, you can wait for another moment.
Other shake-ups in the coaching world saw Raunic's former coach Carlos Moya join compatriot Rafael Nadal.
I met him when he was 12 in a Master Series event in '98, I think it was. He was playing there an under 12 event, and he told me who he was, and I told him that I already heard of him. And he asked me if I could play 10-15 minutes with him, and I was very happy to do that, and that was our first meeting.
Moya, going back to Nadal, struck me as vintage Nadal. Comfortable, familiar, from the homeland. He's known Moya since he was a child, so Moya understands some of his psychology.
Among the new partnerships are those who have found success and are still looking for more. Communication is key.
He's a great guy to work with. He's an amazing person, which makes my job a lot easier. We spent a lot of time in Spain as juniors. I was also in Barcelona when he was there, so I tried to get him back to the basics a little bit and keeping things as simple as possible on the court.
It's not to coach, you can't coach two players the same way. You need to understand the player, you need to understand the person behind the player, first of all. And we do speak a lot, we listen a lot, and I think there's a balance between, just working hard but also working smart for Gael.
It's a must to put all your heart into your work. If you teach somebody, you have to make your best effort in the time you are with somebody on the court. And with Dominic, it was not only on court, it was also a lot off court. And I think it's everybody's duty and responsibility to give 100% every day. If you don't do it yourself, you cannot expect it from others.
Alongside communication, a coach will always push their player, and the greater the understanding, the easier this becomes. Improvement of the finest margins can be crucial to a player's success.
We'll start with fitness and kind of just fine-tune a few things, continue to work on some of his patterns that make him successful, and then we'll break down a few individual strokes like the serve and the return.
I think the thing that I've been sort of helping Stan with is to win the important matches, to win the important points in important matches, trying to maybe play a little bit more safe, still try to play the important points a little bit smarter, a little bit better. So yeah, that's the main thing.
As long as you're doing the right things on the tennis court, when you're practicing and in the gym, and I think that then translates to the match court, and then that translates to your life.
With tactics being fine-tuned and coaching player partnerships old and new growing stronger, it'll be exciting to see who can make the difference in 2017. Next week on ATP World Tour Uncovered, a 250 triple. We're in Ecuador, Montpellier and Sofia. And we're downtown with Dimitrov as Grigor heads back to Bulgaria. Don't forget to log on to atpworldtour.com and chat with us on the ATP's official social network, MyATP, now on Vixlet, and on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. See you next week.